Here we are, folks, the prelude to the Indy 500, the Angie's List Grand Prix of Indianapolis. Because the track could only hold 28 cars in one race, we had to split it into two dual races. First up, the drivers 24 to 99, and then the drivers numbered 1 to 22. So hope you'll enjoy it, and here we go, race 1 underway. Here we are, folks, race 1 of the two dual races in the Grand Prix of Indianapolis from the Indianapolis road course. They use this as Formula 1 and now it's turned into an IndyCar road course. That's going to be awesome. Jerry Guerrera on the pole, Zachary Fitzwater starting also on the front row. Here they come, turns the first corner, and Fitzwater, not a great start. He gets into the grass on the very first lap of the race and loses a lot of momentum. Gets left literally in the dust, and we have ourselves a battle between Cody Hagan and Hargelli Alonso, and Hagan trying to hold on, but Ty Dent trying to make the pass on Cody Hagan, and Ty Dent clears Hagan. Dent moves up to third after that pass. So there is a couple passing opportunities at this track. When I tried to test, it was a disaster, but I decided to go on anyway because I needed to improve on this track. Probably needed to do some tweaks, and so far it's doing pretty well. As you see, Joseph Onesto now moving up, trying to move up to the top 5. As you see, here comes Sonic Kors, also getting a run on Dylan Young. Down the line, heading to the first caution of the race, racing back, and I think Sonic Kors is going to get it to the line. So Sonic Kors gets it to the caution flag. First lap of the race, first caution of the race. As you see, here's what happened as Alex Ragow got way too high up in front and gets loose, and everybody else just keeps spinning. And you see here Benjamin Miles, who already locked up, well, he didn't lock up the championship just yet, but oh boy, he gets hit hard, pretty hard in the turn, and hopefully this doesn't affect his point standing at the end. So he comes in as the points leader, and he's by a huge margin, and he needs a good finish in this race to become a champion, so that's not going to help his cause at all. Jerry Guerrera and everybody else came down pit road here to start off the race, so I guess they wanted to do early pit stops so they would make it at first, and then they would have the second set later, in hopes of making it to the entire race. Everyone has their own pit stall, and looks like Jerry Guerrera is going to come out first on pit road. He's going to keep his lead. As everyone else pitted, no one stayed out during the period. Guerrera keeps the lead by coming out first on pit road. And you see here as another driver making a move, Anthony Lopez jumping up to second after the pit stop. Cody Hagan to third. Robert Piet up to fourth. As you see, drivers still trying to get out of pit road. Green flag came out on lap number 4 as Jerry Guerrera gets a good start over everybody else and keeps the lead. He's hoping to dominate this race and take the win, as most pole setters do in road courses in NR Town 3. Oh boy, we got some drivers. We got some trouble in the back, as you see some drivers also behind as well. That's a tough break for them, and you see James Shelley. Oh boy, he gets way too high up. I'm sorry. Brandon Nichols must have gotten a piece of it as well. Caution's out. Jacob Lawler got the worst of it. He can't even move his car out of the grass. Well, barely could, but he's stuck in the sand there. Here's an onboard look of Jerry Guerrera as you see the turns he has to go through in this road course. It's the opposite of where normally the Indianapolis would go on an oval. So it's pretty challenging to switch orientation at this road course and then switch it back in Indy. It'll be pretty challenging for them. If you thought this was challenging, wait till you see the Indy 500. That's going to be the biggest race of the year, the season finale. A lot of bragging rights are on the line, and maybe even a championship title. But Robert Piet moves up to second. Pit stops. Lopez had to make an unscheduled stop during the caution period, and Piet moves up to the second position, hoping to snare down Jerry Guerrera. Ooh, he gets into the Guerrera's bumper. He's there. He's right there. Here it comes, side by side on the restart. Robert Piet looking to hold on against Guerrera, looking to get the lead. Guerrera does a good job trying to keep his line and blocking Piet, but Piet is not giving up just yet. He's still got a little bit to go. Piet looking to go on the bottom. Hey, as Guerrera goes up high, Piet trying to go side by side. And look at this, Guerrero is kind of blocked. There's smoke in the back. Someone spun out. Piet trying to get the lead. Bumper to bumper. And Piet goes for a spin. Oh man, he tried to make a pass for the lead. And he gets spun. Oh, tough break for him. Piet was running really well. He really wanted to take the lead. And he paid a price for it. He took a risk and it didn't pay off, unfortunately. Here's another caution. Brandon Nicholson got into James Shelley. Shelley gets loose on the turn. You saw the big puff of smoke in the back while they were battling for the lead. And that was where it came from. 6 laps to go. Jerry Guerrero in the lead. Still leading the race. Ty Den is now in second. Joseph Onesta, who won at Lucas Oil on our previous race, looking to go back-to-back at Indy. But he got high up on the wall. Just committed too early. And one other driver also went up high in the sand. That sand turn is always dangerous. And speaking of danger, Robert Piet's day goes from bad to worse. He gets involved in a scuffle with James Shelley. And I think that's Daniel Boyles as well. Yikes. And now Alex Rago looking to charge back up to the front. Ooh boy, Sane Kors and Argeli Alonso. Little side-by-side, bumper to bumper. Oh boy, Alonso taking a lot of risks just to make a pass on Sane Kors. It's not even for a top 10 spot. And they're still being aggressive for one spot that makes a difference. Yeah, no joke. But anyway, Kors still going high, and Kors gets a good run on the high side to finally clear him off the track. I do apologize for the bit of lag there. If it's video's a little ahead of if this recording is a little behind the video itself, I apologize, but yeah, I just couldn't do anything about it. It always really bothers me. So anyway, 3 laps to go. Jerry Guerrero takes the lead. He still's the leader after all this time, looking to hold everybody off. Oh, a big spin, a big one right off turn 1, and Ty Den goes around. And here's the big spin we mentioned earlier. I think Brandon Nichols got involved in that mess, and wow, his day gone from bad to even worse. Sean Harple looks to make a move, and Harple does. Oh, Seth Cole! Oh, he got right into Eric Enrage! Got right into Eric Enrage and spun him out. And wow, what an aggressive run for the final caution lap. 2 to go, race ends under caution. Jerry Guerrero leads. Can he hold on for the win? Well, that's up in question because everyone decided to pit before the white flag. I've never had this before. Everyone pitting. Everyone on the lead lap comes down to pit road before the white flag. Never had that happen before. So the winner of this race will be the one that comes out of pit road first, and Guerrero hopes to be that person, but he gets passed on pit road. He gets beaten out of pit road by, of all people, Brendan Berg. Brendan Berg beats him to the line on pit stops, and Jerry Guerrero, what was he thinking going with a full stop? I think Berg went on a much quicker stop. I think he made it much quicker so that he could just take the lead. He knew that whoever came out on pit road first would win the... Sorry for the little cutoff, but Brandon Berg gets the win in race 1 of the Grand Prix of Indianapolis. Congratulations to him. Results on the left. And here comes race 2, which should be exciting. Here we go. And here we are at race number 2 in the Grand Prix of Indianapolis as Ryan Acosta took the pole. And he gets off to a rocking start over John Sinadino, who also started on the front row. I do apologize if the audio is a little behind the video, but I don't know why that happens, and I have to deal with it, so it's unfortunate for me. So anyway, Costa gets a great start. He just went off right off the bat on the first lap, and everyone just gets a piece of the sand, gets sand in their tires. And, well, it's not off to a wonderful start. Emily Ray gets spun by Nick Pericles, and one of the Powers is already on the first lap, and Mitchell Riggs got a piece of that as well. And that starts off the second race with a first caution and lap number 1. But Ryan Acosta had some trouble already on pit road. He came into pit road and suddenly came out of it and he was stuck near the corner. I think he lost his steering while getting out of pit road. He was going to dominate this race as the pole setter. But unfortunately, it's not going to happen this time, as Acosta doesn't even get out of pit road the first time around. What a bad start. What a horrific start for Ryan Acosta and his team. And speaking of horrific starts, one driver had a pretty bad start on lap 4. Got way up too high. And there you see Dylan Thoreau getting also a piece of the action and hits by Emily Ray. Ray has just not been her day today. No pun intended. Anyway, 3-wide battle at this course. It's gonna end ugly. Oh my gosh, and the Powers makes it through. I think that's Mason Powers that made it through. Oh boy, a big spin out. I think that's Philip Goldberg that spun on the one of the chicanes at the track. And now Philip Goldberg trying to get back in and gets dumped by Joshua Michaels. Michaels just dumped him for no reason at all. I don't know why he did that. I think he had something against Goldberg. I don't know. But anyway, John Sinadino would still do a great job in holding on to the lead. Almost halfway through race number 2. He has a challenger coming, and that is the 3 at Pichu. With Hadachi colors, he made a new paint scheme for Pichu. He's doing it for one race, and it's gonna get dirty as he got high up trying to make a pass for the lead. That first chicane, though, is a challenge for them. Don't know why they don't always pass that first chicane, but I guess it happens. Joshua Michaels gets a piece as well, a piece of the action. His day gone from bad to worse, and David Johansen gets the pass, and John Sinadino gets too high. He went right into one of the turns, too rough, and he loses precious spots. And David Johansen leads. Thoreau's got a challenger, and Thoreau loses it. Johansen keeps it. Oh my goodness! If this race hadn't gone much, if this race didn't get strange already, David Johansen takes the lead, and Ian Dudd is going to take second from Dylan Thoreau down to the caution flag. Wow, what a strange turn of events in race number 2. 6 laps to go in the second race. As you see, David Johansen now controls his own fate. Ian Dutta, though, wants to change that. Dutta wants the lead. He's trying not to get high, and oh, he locked up the tires. Impossible. He couldn't get through the sand turn, and he couldn't get through it, losing a lot of spots and losing a chance to win. John Sinadino, after losing that lead, is trying to work his way back up to the front. David Johansen, no competitors behind him. As you see, he pulled out to a massive lead. And for the first time today, we have ourselves a green flag run at this course, and it's going to end just like that. Just as I'm about to say it, it ended just like that. A big spin near the start-finish line. Johnny Gardner was in it. Contact from John Sinadino. I don't know why Sinadino put a spin on the 4. I'm not sure why. He had something against him, but, well, that's a tough break for the 4. And here's a surprising twist. Johansen decides to pit just before the final restart with 2 to go. And John Sinadino following him as well. Isaiah Bernesh would take the lead with 2 laps to go. Under the caution, we have ourselves a final restart run. And Johansen's on pit road for some reason. So is John Sinadino. I think they know what they were expecting in the first race. What happened in the first race, and they're trying to prepare themselves for it. So green flag is out here with 2 laps to go. Isaiah Bernesh pulls out to a good start, gets the lead away. Here comes Eric Enrage and Alex Hawkins battling for second, and Rage, he gets high, and one driver spun. That's Tony Green. Oh man, tough break for Green. Johansen's off pit road, and we have another spin. That's going to bring out the final caution. This race is going to end under caution. Anthony Lopez spun the curves. Oh, Johansen got out of pit road, and he gets high. Way too high. Sinadino got to pass Johansen. And David Johansen, I think a wind just went right through, went down the drain after that incident. And John Cinedino passes David Johansen. And if everyone else pits, I think Cinedino might be good to go. But here comes Isaiah Bernesh down the final corner. He'll take the white flag and the caution flag. And oh boy, he's slow. He's really slow. I think he's out of fuel. And he's out of fuel just as soon as he crossed the start-finish line. He ran out of fuel. I guess the pit strategy did not pay off for him in time. And he's really slow on the... He's really slow and he is out of gas. Oh no, Mitchell Riggs. He was supposed to be the leader. And he got high. He got spun. And I don't think he's going to be able to get back up. And he won't. Oh my goodness, what a shocking twist. And that lead should now be held to Nathan Hudson's hands. He's gone, wow, the drivers have to maintain their speed throughout the entire caution period, even in the final caution period. Oh boy, Hudson's slow and he's out of gas. Dylan Thoreau is second. He moved up to second after all the calamity that we saw today. But, oh boy, Hudson's out. Thoreau makes the pass on the final lap because Hudson ran out and Thoreau had faster speed. So, wow, he moved up from 13th to the lead. Imagine if he were to win this race coming from 13th on the caution restart to win. And look at this. Eric Power is going to try to trudge his way up to the front. Thoreau looks like he's pretty slow. Power's looking to make a move. He might be low on fuel too. And Thoreau is still trying to make it to the final turn. Powers gives up. He's going to have to come down pit road and surrender the chance at a win, unfortunately for him. But Dylan Thoreau still hanging on down the final corner, trying to save as much fuel as possible. Either he's very low on fuel or he's going very slowly because he's trying to save fuel. Not sure how that works, but Dylan Thoreau trying to pull off a miracle win here at the Grand Prix of Indy Race 2. And he's going to try to trudge to the line. Powers, he's got no shot at winning. He has to stay down pit road speed. Thoreau's going to make it, though. Final corner, Dylan Thoreau is going to win here in Race 2 of the Grand Prix of Indianapolis. Or does he? Because the scoring has not updated to reflect Dylan Thoreau taking the lead. I'm not sure if they're going to score him as the leader. He spun on the corner. He passed the final... He was on the lead lap. He passed everybody. Everyone else in front of him ran out of fuel. He took everybody's spots away. He should have won this race. But according to the scoreboard, it doesn't look like, but... It hasn't been updated, so I don't know what's going on right now, and we got to get official word from the officials. Look at this. Mitchell Riggs comes out of pit road, and for some reason he just crossed the start-finish line. Did he win? This is confusing. This is awfully confusing finish we have right here, but hopefully the race officials will sort all of this out, and I'm hoping because... I thought Thoreau won that race. I really thought Thoreau won that race. Or Riggs might have won, but we do not know. We got to get word from race officials. So we'll be back in a little bit, and we'll give you the final word of what the officials say. So stick around. Okay, we just got word from officials, and I think they just snuck a lap away from us. So they kept the results that were in the final lap at that final period, and they decided to give Isaiah Bernesh the win. I don't know if that is the case. I don't know if that is like really worth the standing because, well, you saw right there, Dylan Thoreau took the lead around everybody else after everyone ran out of fuel. Legitimately passed everyone because they were all out of fuel. I know you can't pass on cautions during caution periods, but if they're out of fuel, you can move up. It is legal to move up when drivers are out of fuel, couldn't maintain their speed. But I thought Thoreau was going to win through that period. And then Mitchell Riggs came out of pit road when everyone was on pit road, came to the start-finish line, and crossed the line. And I thought that he was going to win too, but apparently that wasn't the case. I guess they decided to go back to the scoring that was held at the last lap of the race when the moment the caution was taken. So Unfortunately for Riggs and Thoreau, I think they got robbed of a win there, and the officials gave the win to Isaiah Bernesh, and I guess they snuck a lap out of us. So I guess that was the checkered flag lap, technically. So I do apologize for for this Max mess up, but it was the best that they could all do, or the best we could do, so we can give you. So anyway, congrats to Bernesh on the win, and the other two deserve the win. But here are your points heading to the Indy 500. Well, here are your points heading into the Indy 500, and I got some bad news for you. The champion has been decided before we have the Indianapolis 500, and with 68 points ahead of the second place competitor, Benjamin Miles is going to be your first ever DASCAR Pokemon Pro Series champion. Regardless of what happens at Indianapolis, he has the championship all locked up. A 68-point advantage over Alex Bush. There's no way anyone could catch him in the Indianapolis 500. So I know the race is not as close as you might think, as you would probably expect, but you got to give credit to Miles. He has the most top tens of any driver. He has 10 top tens, which is the most of any driver, and tied for the most top fives with Alex Bush. And he has that one win, and has tied for the fewest DNFs this season with 4, and even has a pole to boot. And he has been consistent. He's been in 84% of the laps completed. That's according to the Score 4 stats. You don't see, but you don't only see the points. But I'm just letting you guys know, and here are your points heading into Indy 500. Benjamin Miles, no way anyone's going to catch him. He's your first ever DASCAR Pokemon Pro Series champion. He has a 68-point advantage. No one's going to be able to make that up in just one race. So I do apologize if it's not as close as you might think. But hey, we had not a bad season. We had some good moments. So, and well, we can't wait for the Pokemon Cup to begin again. So, anyway, yeah. So I guess that's what happened. So anyway, Philip Goldberg's third, 77 points. Then there's Pichu, Dutta, Cole, Hawkins, Pericles, Bernesh, and Nichols in the top 10. And let's show you the rest of the results. Drivers 42nd and above. From 19th to 42nd, Emily Ray is in dead last. Yikes. And the most DNFs, by the way, is Mason Powers. He has 13 DNFs this season. That's pretty sad. But everyone has at least one top 10 this season. Only Mason Powers, Emily Ray, and Eric Powers do not have a top 5. But everyone has at least one top 10 this season. And, well, we're proud of, I guess that's something, well, yeah. Anyway, David Johansen has the most poles with 3 poles this season. And so that's the standings you don't see, but you only see the points and the margins of the points. So anyway, we hope you enjoyed the race. We hope you enjoy, you're going to enjoy Indy 500 either way for some of the glories. Someone's going to get bragging rights for another season to win the Indianapolis 500. So it's going to be pretty exciting. We hope you stick around for that, even though the championship's already been locked up before Indy. So congratulations, Benjamin Miles, becoming the first ever DASCAR Pokemon Pro Series champion. And we will see you guys in the Indy 500 for the season finale. It's going to be awesome. So hope you guys stick around. We'll see you later.